Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Should You Get video that I'll be making for 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. I'm going to be covering cosmetics, coin shop, banners, anything that has a time limit on it, and deciding factor if you should be getting this for a certain character, spending your resources on this, or if it's a complete skip. So this is my Should You Get video, or Should You Buy video. Either way, hope you guys enjoy it. So, starting off, I'm going to go through the most important thing, and that is cosmetics. It's coming up soon, and also on purchase right now in the Seiko shop. We've got 2 cosmetic sets. First one is Valenti's. Well, actually, first one is the Holy Knight set. Not Holy Knight set. It's the most Malevolent Knighthood 1 set. So this is going to be a set of 2. There's going to be 4 more characters that come out after this. But right now we've got Holy Knight Escanor, Merlin, and Demon Meliodas. Now this set is actually really incredible. And not only that the stats are really good, but the cosmetics themselves are really well done. Besides that, looking awesome in that Dark Knight set here. What are worth it here and what's not worth it? So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to go with Demon Meliodas, because if you have Demon Meliodas, this set is a not skip. You cannot skip this set at all. The entire set itself is really good, but what's most important is this weapon. Meliodas, especially blue Demon Meliodas, runs on pierce rate, and an extra 7% is huge. So not only are you maxing out your UR weapon, so you have higher CC, combat class, it lets you go first in PvP, or just any content in the game, and making the character stronger because it has 180 attack too. That pierce rate is Meliodas' entire kit. This weapon was built for him. Without this, you're at a huge disadvantage compared to other team comps that do use blue Demon Meliodas. It is huge. It's not like you cannot win against them, but they do have way more damage than you do, because the more percentage you have, the more scaling it is. On top of it, every kind of percentage you add from Demon Meliodas' set, equipment, and blue Lilia coming out to give him more, he's just going to be doing so much damage. So without this weapon, it kind of hurts. So like, the problem with these sets is that they don't come back. And when they do come back, as a free-to-play player, you won't be able to touch it. They'll come back for a price. So right now they're here for $32.99, but in 3 days and 9 hours, it's going to be in the shop for a week or 2 weeks, I believe, for 30 gems a piece. So if the bare minimum, you guys have no gems, you have enough to purchase one thing out of all this, if you have 30 gems and you unlocked blue Demon Meliodas, buy the weapon and you're fine. You know what I mean? Of course, everything else helps, but the bare minimum is blue Demon Meliodas' weapon. His weapon is so important for his damage. And the same can be said about Escanor's, and I'm going to get there in a second. As for the rest, your priority is the weapon and the headpiece. Armor's good. Defense doesn't scale as much as everything else, but that crit resistance at 7% is huge as well. But the headpiece, again, regeneration rate, not the best. It would have been better if it was lifesteal, but still, it's better than nothing. And again, you have 1,410 HP added, and HP gives you the most combat class in the game and a little bit of survivability. So the whole entire set, I would say, is definitely worth the 90 gem pickup, or if you guys are pay to play, $32.99 plus 30 gems. It's still cheaper, I believe, to buy the set with gems. So bear with me on a moment here. The reason it's worth it, if you look at the price of $32.99, that's Canadian. American's a little bit cheaper because of conversion. But yeah, $32.99 gives you 30 gems plus the whole set, right? That seems like a pretty good deal. You get a free pull, not a free pull, but you get a pull plus 3 sets. But in 3 days, 9 hours, this is going to be worth 30, 60, 90 gems. And if you add 90 gems plus the 30 here, that's 120 gems total for $32.99. And the only reason to pay is to get the stuff early. So that's why the gems don't make sense to the payment of what you're paying for. You're paying for early access, so you have the head start compared to everyone else, and your character's combat class is higher, does more damage, takes more damage. But if you wait and you're patient, if you actually are someone who's purchasing gems and stuff like that, if you look at the monthly for $32.99 gives you 170 gems. All you need is 90 gems out of that to buy the 3 cosmetics. And if you add the 3 cosmetics plus the 30 gems, that's 120 gems for $32.99, where $32.99 gets me 170 gems here. So I get 50 gems extra. I can buy the entire set. And actually, I can buy the entire set, yeah, and have that 50 gems extra right there. So this is huge. 170 compared to 120, right? Also, if you go with the weeklies is $10.99 for 59 gems, so that's 60. So 2 of these is almost 120, which is the same values at $32.99, but for the total of $22 over here, almost $22. It's like $21.98 or something like that. So So for $10 less, you get more gems, or the same amount of gems missing by 2. You know what I mean? 59 and 59 is 118, but it's still cheaper by $10 if you just buy gems straight out and purchase it versus paying $32.99. But again, the only thing is that you get these cosmetics for early access. But since you're down to 3 days, 9 hours, you might as well wait 3 days, 9 hours and purchase the whole thing for gems. So that's a little heads up for all cosmetics in the future. I'll kind of break that down quicker next time. I just really wanted to get that out there. So the second set that's really important here, since a lot of people probably got shafted from Blue Demon Meliodas, Escanor's set is really good, especially his weapon. Pierce rate 7%, and Escanor has a really good pierce rate already. I'd have to back out and go show you, but more pierce rate on Escanor is also a really good thing. His cosmetics for his armor, crit resistance, it's not as good as crit defense. He doesn't have a lot of crit resistance, so having more is always good, but his crit defense is so high that he does get crit, but he mitigates it by a lot. I think he naturally has, like, with armor and everything, in the 90s, so it's really good to get that little bit of extra there. Now, for his headpiece, again, regeneration rate, not the best. Lifesteal would be nice, but having regeneration rate is totally fine. HP 1,410. So, if the bare minimum you guys should be purchasing anything, I would say Escanor's weapon and Demon Meliodas' weapon. After that, go for their headpieces. The armor piece is purely cosmetic. Defense is always great. The little bit of crit resistance is always great. But in everything, for adding more value to your whole entire team, weapon and headpiece. Headpiece gives you the most combat class. Weapon gives you the most damage, obviously, and more combat class than defense. Defense is the last one. So priorities are the weapons and then the headpieces. So if you do want to go for the whole entire thing, I would purchase 30, 60, 90 for both him and Demon Meliodas because they don't have a lot of cosmetics right now. Now, when it comes to Merlin, Merlin's in a different boat here. Merlin's got a lot of cosmetics, and she's going to have more cosmetics as we go. Pretty early as well, too, because we have an event coming up that Merlin's going to get a whole UR set. But Merlin, honestly, out of all of this, it would be her weapon. Pierce rate's not the greatest thing on Merlin, and Merlin's usually run in the back line. If you do run in the front line, it still works, but most of the time you put her back there to ult rush and stuff like that, or she's using it as association for your Escanor. So having more on her is always good, but she's one of those characters you guys can wait out on. Again, the cosmetics itself looks amazing, but out of all this, armor you're not going to need. You can entirely skip out on the armor, even though it looks really good and she's waifu. You can skip out on the armor. Headpiece is always something good to pick up. But the weapon here, she doesn't have a lot of weapons, especially for a while. So picking up this weapon is really good. 180 attack, 7% pierce rate. Again, not the greatest, but having that extra UR there is like a bonus. So let me show you what I mean by Merlin and why she's not really that much of a pickup or skip, right? So if you go to her closet, you guys will see that you have a whole set here, right? So you have currently 2 UR sets that are in there. One, you get a UR set for getting the free blue Merlin. And if you purchase this one, you're going to have a total of 5 if you picked up the black flag one. The problem with that is that we're about to get a free UR set, and there's also going to be a final boss Merlin, and there's going to be more stuff in the future with her that her armor just kind of piles up very quickly. So as long as you get that free one, which everyone's getting free blue Merlin, you're going to get a UR set right there, and then you wait for the event, and boom, if you did purchase one set off her, now she has a complete 5. If not, you'll get more. If you really like this one, then yeah, purchase the armor set, you know what I mean? Now for the weapon, like I said, even me over here, I purchased the weapon. I got the little bolt there. I got the one from PvP, and then the rest is SSRs. And for the newest UR is only this one. So if you want a full set of 5 URs, if you guys don't know, these actually stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal all these stats over here. That's why I'm mentioning 5 pieces. So if you purchase this one, you'll have yourself a total of 3. If not, you only have 2. So she needs the weapons. When it comes to the headpiece, it depends if you purchase the headpieces that were in the shop already, if you got the black flag one, but she kind of needs the headpieces. Not so much, but this would be her final headpiece for a while until the final boss final boss Merlin. So right now, 1, 2, 3. If I purchase this one, that's 4. When we get that free set, I think it's going to be part of it, and I want to talk about it because it's coming up soon. But right over here, so this right here, free white wave cheering uniform. So the white wave cheering uniforms are going to be for Meliodas, Bond, Elizabeth, Gowther, Deanne, King, and Merlin. So if that set comes out and it has a headpiece for the UR, then that headpiece takes up one of those slots, like I said. So you add that plus Final Boss King, you're already going overboard if you purchase this one. Because, again, free set, final boss, I'll have 5 pieces UR. If I purchase this, I'll have 6 pieces UR. The only thing is, final boss Merlin, I say king too much, I'm sorry, is a little bit further away, so you have to wait. If you want the full CC better than everyone else and the most survivability, then you kind of rush it now, but then when that point comes, now you have too many URs and you've kind of spent 30 gems too early that you could have had for later on or for right now, you know what I mean? So that's why she's not so important when it comes to that. I think the only thing you would want to pick up is her weapon, but everything else, it depends if you picked up this one or not. If you didn't pick up this one, the Black Flame Battle Cap, then yeah, you can purchase that one. But if you're short on gems, priority is Escanor's weapon, Blue Demon Meliodas' weapon, and then their headpieces and their armor. I think Merlin's a little bit of last place there. It's just that her whole set looks amazing, so that's totally up to you guys, what you guys want to do for those cosmetics. Now, when it comes to Valenti, Valenti's stuff is permanent. So if we go to the forums right now, if you guys look, these are 3 costumes out for Valenti. Now, Valenti says right here, set purchase period. So during this period, you can purchase it for money. All those cosmetics are there for the price of whatever they are. But after that, which is in 10 days, 9 hours from this video, which is 6/16 at 12 a.m., it's going to be there for ongoing. So that means it's going to be in the shop forever. Every piece here that you guys see, you guys can purchase for 30 gems. None of these are limited. They're not going to ever disappear. They're always going to be in the shop, and you can purchase them for 30 gems. There's 2 UR sets and 1 SSR set. It says SSR set not included, and that's because if you jump back into the game, the set is already on sale for 60 gems. So you get to pick up all 3 pieces for 60 gems. That's just normal. You know what I mean? It's an SSR set. Each piece is worth 20. Now, if you guys are running Valenti right now, you got her. You're missing on a lot of armor, a lot of HP, a lot of defense, and that's what she's built for. The more she has, the better, especially resistance. So getting this entire set is usually the way to go, especially for original characters. From what I can tell in JP, original characters don't really get a lot of armor sets, weapon sets, and everything. So when you need to work on them, you have to go full elt and get everything, because there isn't really like a free here you go kind of thing, especially when they're released, like you can see. So right now, Valenti, if you guys did get her and you're free to play, you're kind of stuck for 10 days, 9 hours at her full potential. You're not really getting it. So when it does come out, though, it's up to you, because there's gonna be a lot of good characters to pull for, like Blue Lilia, Red Escanor, Red King. There's a ton of characters, you know what I mean? And Valenti's really good. She's gonna be good for guild bosses. She's gonna be good for hell mode for Grey Demon. She's still gonna be using PvP as well too. She's gonna shut down a couple of comps. But realistically, when it does come out, these are always here for 30 gems a piece. So you don't have to rush it. Right now, you purchase this for 10 days, 9 hours, doesn't mean it's disappearing. So that is all up to you, how much you like Valenti, how much you want to use her, how much you're confident you're going to have her for long term, and I'm pretty sure people are going to use her for many, many things, and PvP comps. Global seems to be making new team comps constantly, you know what I mean, compared to what JP did. So this is something you can save your gems on when it does release in 10 days, 9 hours. So next up, we got the coin shop. Should you guys be going for red Gowther? Should you guys be going for the gold units on sale right now? I'm going to start with Gowther, and Gowther is a big yes. If you don't own Gowther, definitely pick up Gowther. Gowther is an amazing unit, and if you guys are planning to get higher CC in this game, every time you increase the character's ult, you get 400 CC for each one. So if you get a total of 5, you got 4, 8, 12, 16, 2000 CC per 6 out of 6 character that's on your team. So that's a huge amount of CC to be increased, which allows you to go first in combat class, so you can start using different foods, PvP coins, and also your ult does a ton more damage because you increase the ult. So not only combat class, but also ult. But if you're someone who hasn't been really lucky and you got to pick up a couple people like Merlin, Gowther, if you want the Red Demon Meliodas, which you don't really have to prioritize unless you want more cosmetics for your Blue Demon Meliodas, that's a different story. But you might pull them along the way, so don't rush that too much. So me personally, what I'm doing is I'm taking my plat coins and I'm maxing out Gowther, maxing out King, and I'm maxing out Merlin. So every time Merlin, King, and Gowther show up, I'm going for it. That's something I am going to do. King is like a priority because his ult 6 out of 6 wipes out entire teams without an issue. Merlin is just good to have there just for higher combat class, and Gowther is like a staple in so many teams, so you might as well max out Gowther. So priority is King, Gowther, and Merlin for me. 1, 2, 3. So as long as I have the plat coins for it, I'm definitely go for it. Just remember that the random character over here might be a character you want to pull for before, and you might want to pick it up. There's always like the main rotation after Gowther. It's going to be Red Demon Meliodas in 3 days, 8 hours, and a random character, which right over here is Green Elizabeth. Now, when it comes to the gold coins, should you pick up Jericho? I picked up Jericho, but I haven't put Jericho's coin into Jericho yet because the guild boss is changing, and the guild boss mostly runs on comps with Escanor. Is Jericho not going to be used? No, Jericho still work, especially if you have her 6 out of 6. She can be more efficient than other characters? Not really, especially because that guild boss is really hard. I'm going to be making a video on that when he comes out. But I do think that if you have the spare coins, the main character you should be working on is like Arthur for future comps. Maybe Hauser if you're still using that, but Hauser's not really top tier meta anymore. And everybody else, I wouldn't worry about maxing out their alts. Not really worth it. In the future, maxing out like Gila, maxing out characters for like association, SSR characters, that's better for stat wise. But right now you're fine using SR characters. But I did purchase Jericho, haven't put Jericho in yet. I'm just waiting to see if my Jericho is going to be used or not. So for now, I would say pick it up, but keep it on the side because having a plat coin means more purchasing these characters over here. So is it worth going for that 20 gold coins just to pick up a character, just to have it there? It depends if you've already maxed out all these characters. Not all of them, but the majority of them for the training caves. If you maxed out their alt 6 out of 6 for higher combat class for the training caves, then yeah, you're okay to purchase these for 20 coins just so you have more plat coins over here. Because I don't care about Red Guild Thunder, you know what I mean? But if I do get this for 20, now I'll have 9 plat coins, you know what I mean? And if I don't keep Jericho, then I still have 9. If I use Jericho, I'll be back down to 8 if I purchase Guild Thunder. So purchasing them just to have the plat coins is not bad either because golds show up pretty quickly. As a free-to-play, it depends how much you pull, you know what I mean? But definitely worth it just to go for that little upgrade there. Not all situations are the same. Some of you guys might just want to save to max out like Arthur or something. But for the majority, yeah, getting that 20 on sale for the plat coin and until you have all this maxed out, pretty worth. So that's pretty much everything. That's the coin shop units and also the new treasures, the cosmetics on the characters. It all depends on how many gems you guys got. Hopefully I gave you a little priority on that. Coin shop, again, it depends who you guys are using for your future PvP teams. If you're using Gowther, if you're not going to be using Gowther a lot, then definitely worth the pickup. You know what I mean? As a gold coin shop, that's up to you guys, and we got to see how the guild boss works with Jericho. We see a little bit on JP, and we've seen people use it, and it works. Just, is it the best to get the highest score? Not really. I've seen higher scores without Jericho, so it all depends. But that's everything, guys. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.